Following your cue.
Shut your trap.
Hey, yo, John, we live?
I can't afford to not record.
Yeah. Just want lucky enough to just say countdown. All right, bet. Let me know when. Why not? All right.
Countdown.
10, 9, 8,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10. You're listening to the Rhythm and Blues podcast with your host, DJ DW, Prince Latif, Lucky Lefty, and Mr. R&B Queen. Rhythm and Blues podcast with your host, DJ DW, Prince Latif, Lucky Lefty, and Mr. R&B Queen.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What you sipping on out there, people? Once again, this is welcome to the Rhythm and Brews podcast.
It is I, Lucky Lefty, and to my left,
your boy Mr. R&B Smooth.
It's the Podfather of Connecticut, Prince Latif.
And always on the ones and twos,
DJ D-Dub. What up?
And we have a very special, illustrious guest in the building.
illustrious.
Yes.
That's one of the
SAT
school
word.
words.
That's
One of the
SAT
biggest hustlers in Connecticut.
Okay.
Tri-state area.
Okay.
Okay.
The media queen.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Miss Y. Jones.
Hey.
Tell the people who you are one time.
I'm Y Jones. I'm the voice of the independent artist.
We love it.
We outside.
We out here.
We out here.
We out here.
What's up? What's up? What you sipping on over there, fellas?
Man, you know me. I'm with that Black Girl Magic wine. I got the rosé in the cup right now.
You know, usually that do say that be my role model, but today, and since it's Women's Month, I guess I would take a part of that BGS.
That's right.
You already
That's
know.
right.
Girl Magic, baby.
Yo,
What you got over there, D-Dub?
This brew called Danny Boy.
Okay.
old Danny
Okay.
boy.
Gotta check
see
it out.
what you're
Gotta check
doing
it
over
out. You know what I mean?
Danny boy.
I got my
The Danny boys are Danny.
You remember that movie? Okay. I'm glad y'all picked up where I was going with it.
Yo,
I got
hold up.
my
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I got my iced tea and lemonade mixed with the whiskey. We call that a sweet prince.
Okay. Ooh.
Sweet Prince and Sweet Brother Newton.
You know, I see you on that Soul Sonic over there.
Come on, man.
He playing
It is
that
I.
Biggie right now, yo.
Mm-hmm.
24 years, son.
24 years ago.
24 years, March 9th.
Damn.
Yes, by the time you will hear this on Brews Day, it will be March 9th, y'all.
That's right.
Let's have a quick round of silence or moment of silence for Biggie. That's it.
Here we go.
There we go, man.
Leave that one for Brooklyn right there.
Because the greatest rapper of all time died
Died
on March 9th. God bless his soul. Rest in peace, kid.
Word.
So we're going to get right to the shits. We're going to get to the shot clock.
You know that's what we usually do.
Well,
So why not?
DJ D-Dub, cut the beat.
Cut the beat.
Cut the beat.
Let me get the camera ready. Brother Smooth, since you make the Kool-Aid the best, could you go over the rules one time?
You know
for
I
the
don't
one
measure
time?
my sugar, so I just pour it in
Pull that thing.
with the voice of the ancestors. That's enough, baby.
That don't measure my
So shot clock is pretty much a game of word association. We're gonna give Y a set of words, and with these words, she's gonna have to think of a song that contains that word in the lyric, and she has to sing it or rap it.
Yep.
She has 10 seconds to do so.
Jesus.
10 of them things.
10 seconds. It sounds easy.
No, it don't sound easy.
No, it's easy.
It's easy.
Let's give you a quick
We
example.
give layups.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to give you a quick layup, but
give
we
you
also going
layups.
to give you an example.
Yeah.
All right, hold me down.
This,
hold me
this,
down.
All right.
this one's a free throw.
So the word is ball, Luck.
This is the way we ball. And my diamond flowers.
All right, but who sang that one, though?
The way we ball, a little flip.
See, that's how this goes.
That's
Yeah,
how we
simple
go.
as that.
Simple as.
Oh, I know. I have a game similar to this, but it's funny because I never had to do it. So this is
Wait, what's your game?
my game is called Name That Record. So you get
Okay.
3 seconds. You get
Uh-huh.
3 seconds. I let you listen to the record, and then I turn it off, and you have to guess the name, the title, and the album.
3 seconds ain't enough.
That's what I
That's
said.
not
Some-
enough.
I give them 3 to 5. Sometimes I let them cheat.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
let
I
'em-
mean,
I
but
let
you know
'em
what?
go
There was a
like-
game on an app called Song Pop at
Yeah,
one point.
that
and that's
was my
like,
shit.
That was like a quick, you gotta think of it, but it only was the song. and then gave you like a multiple choice.
Yeah,
then
see,
you had to-
okay, I seen something like that. It was like, how well do you know, or if you're a fan of this person, how well do you know this person?
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's give it that layup.
Let's
All
go.
right. So your first word is friend.
Lovers and friends. And me again, I will be lovers and friends.
Come on.
Tell me
Tell me again.
That's my jump. That's my jump.
Okay.
Right there.
That was a layup. That was a layup.
So whose song is that though?
That is Usher.
Mhm.
That is Ludacris.
Uh-huh.
And that is my boy, Little John.
That man made up his own word on that song.
You ain't know. He was.
Tell me when you want to pull it live.
Pull it live. Shout it.
That is my jam, because he took it to a whole other level.
Yep.
Really did.
All right. I'm gonna give you another layup.
Let's go.
Your word is love.
What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it. What's love but a second handy motion?
There
we go.
I see that.
She did that.
She said, and put some stank on it.
She came from the diaphragm.
Right.
She said, by the way, this is the remix.
Now, usually I don't do this, but
On to the remix.
let's go ahead. Round 3.
Let's go.
Tread album. Okay. Your word is pretty.
Pretty little young thing.
That's where I got from. I see you got the pretty little thing.
I do little pretty little thing, but dang, I'm trying to think what record do I know a pretty little thing in it?
I don't know, but you got 5 seconds left.
Damn.
3, 2, 1.
Zach, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. Time to bring the real in the
You know, I see.
Oh yeah. It's in the sky.
I wanna love
Y'all got
you.
mad ones that y'all
Pretty
had.
young thing.
Oh, that's what I was looking for, but it wasn't registering. I'm worried about.
I thought she was gonna get it when she was like pretty little things.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Michael.
Love you. Dang, I should have.
Pretty young thing.
You need some love.
You know, I was trying to remember Kerry Hilson. Kerry Hilson, I think, got a song with.
Pretty hurts. Oh no,
No, that was
No, that's Pretty
Beyonce.
Girl. Is that
Pretty Girl Rock.
That's what I was looking
Yes, that would have
My
been
Rock.
name is Carrie. I'm so
Kerry.
It's a little
That's
name.
why I was like, I couldn't get it.
Sometimes I wish she never tried to diss Beyonce.
Right. Oh, man. And she was
Damn.
dope, but she took it there.
Mm-hmm.
She took it there.
The dangerous line.
That's a very thin one.
Yeah.
It's a very thin one.
Hey, can we give it up one time for Y Jones coming 2 out of 3 with the shot clock?
She definitely came through.
I mean, take a sip of your drink. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you know I gotta.
Yeah,
I
get
gotta-
I completely forgot about it.
Before all that ice dilutes.
Right. That's just like
Then that's just gonna be
water
ice.
at this point.
Before all that ice dilutes.
Water.
thing.
That's sugar water at this point.
Yeah, water.
But it's good sugar water.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
There we go.
we gonna get to these hot topics real
Let's go,
quick.
let's go.
First of all, we gonna reverse back to episode 51 because we was right about some shit.
We were. We've been calling things.
We've been calling
We've been calling
things.
things.
So episode 51, we discussed T.I. and his little, debacles with him and Tiny.
His bendage ta.
His legality.
Legality.
Right.
That's exactly how he'll say it too.
Of course.
Right up there, my legality.
My legality. Yeah, you
T.I.,
can-
if
with
you
the
don't
hat
stop,
on lean.
like, to the lean.
Right.
That hat will be
Hey,
on
man.
his
With
ear.
that weird patchy ass beard he's been
Yeah.
rocking lately.
Contrary to the man's belief,
Thick
I just want to
ass.
let y'all know I did not didactic.
Here you go, dirodactically
I'm
again.
telling you.
I just
Dirodactically.
had to tell
He got
you
his
first and
own thing.
foremost, y'all be understand what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh shoot, you did it just
Oh,
like
you wait,
him.
you did just lean the hat too.
I understand.
So what happened is on that episode we talked about he was probably gonna get knocked off of Ant-Man 3, and Disney just announced that what was it yesterday or the day before
Day before.
that Yeah, they're not moving forward with T.I. for Ant-Man 3. I just want to say we called that.
Yep.
Because Brother Luck over here thought he had the cheat code and he was just going to slide by with this shit.
No.
And we had to remind him that T.I. is black.
I mean, you ain't have to remind me, but I just ain't want to put a damper on the. I mean, it's a serious situation,
right.
But it's just like I didn't want to put it in the air like, oh yeah, yo, he gone, like, you know what I mean? But
I ain't gonna say he's gone, but
guilty until proven innocent. So
that's a serious. Woo.
Yeah,
that's deep.
But it's just the fact that I knew Disney wasn't gonna continue doing business with him after that. He's still gonna drop music. He's still gonna rock that Expeditiously podcast.
I'll be good without a T.I. album.
I mean, I like that last one. I can't remember the name of it.
Libra Scale? No, that was
the one before, I think.
No, the last album was with the scales.
Okay, so it was Libra.
Was it Libra?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably wasn't Libra Scale, but it was what, Libra?
Yeah.
I mean, it had a couple bangers on it, but like...
Yeah, we already had our argument about this album.
Yeah. So we ain't gonna get back into that. So who y'all think is gonna take that part? Anybody? Rennie? Rennie's gonna take T.I.'s part?
T.I.'s part wasn't big enough to be replaced, I don't think.
I mean, that's what I said. I don't think it will be replaced. If it is, it's gonna be with someone that doesn't hold as much weight as T.I. because people will notice. I think Disney just wanted to let people know that they're not gonna go forward, but I don't think they want it to be where it's like, we want T.I. We want T.I.
Yeah, I don't think ain't nobody gonna boycott Ant-Man 3 for Tip.
Yeah, I'm not. Sorry. Tip, I'm sorry, man, but and he cool, man. He real cool. But I can't do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of legalities.
Okay.
What about that Nike exec though?
Man, fuck him.
Oh man.
And Ann Hebert, whose son.
You know what sucks though about that situation? Here it is, this woman in a man-dominated field has worked her behind off to get where she got, and your son, after 25 years of working, you have to step down, and it's not even something that has to do with you. Right. It's your ungrateful, spoiled, rotten son.
And ex-husband.
I mean, like, come on.
Because her ex-husband filed the LLC for their son.
Oh.
Wow.
Right. So for those that don't know, as Y Jones was explaining it, there's Ann Hebert is the name of the Nike exec.
Yes, she is.
Whose son bought up basically everything from the Nike stock and started a business to resell all the Nikes. So if you've ever been on the sneakers app, up early in the fucking morning, waiting for your favorite sneaker to drop, and that shit was sold out within 3 seconds, this young man is part of the reason why.
Then use the credit card she used.
Right, use her credit card.
Crazy.
Use her credit card so it can be tracked.
Be your own people.
It really be.
In every sense.
And I see Luck. He's over there shaking his head.
I'm fuming right now.
He was fuming. This boy let me tell y'all something. Luck went off in the group chat
because it's ridiculous.
And he was all kinds of words.
I ain't gonna say it here because I don't want us to get canceled.
No, listen.
Oh, you're not gonna. You can't. I say you can't give it. You can't.
Fuck them old phase. Go ahead.
Fuck that. Honky old face cracker, David Duke wearing baloney smelling, fucking privileged ass,
dog licking on the
Dockers
mouth,
wearing, using a bar of soap, no washcloth having, cracker ass cracker. Fuck you. The last pair of fucking sneakers I got on the sneakers app is the one I got on right now.
Dang.
And that was 2 years ago.
I was about to say, that was 2. I was about to say, I just looked at them. I was like, that had to be like at least 2.
Now I got to get in my yay bag. Now I'm mad.
Look, I just deleted the sneakers app off my phone. I was like, well, I ain't getting shit at this point.
How, Prince?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that's a part of the sneaker culture that was really upset about the news. Like, really took it. I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, but like it was a big discussion about it. Like, a lot of heated guys a lot of heated guys.
As you can tell, he was one of
I
them.
see. You must be a sneakerhead.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm even heated just talking about this shit right now. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even go that crazy for sneakers anymore like that. But it's like when I want to get them, those are the ones I want.
But
and
you still got a wall of sneakers. Talk about you ain't into sneakers like that.
I mean, because I collect shit.
You collect,
know what I'm saying? I keep them after a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I hate having to go to resellers, man. Like, that shit is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, it was these one pair, I think I paid like $325 for them because I really wanted them that bad. But if I was able to get them off the app, I'd have paid $190.
Exactly.
Like, that's the shit that pisses me off because it's like, yo, your mom fucking is the VP of Nike. What the fuck do you need money for?
Which I mean, I just can't believe he went into the same lane as his mother
Right,
and tried
exactly.
to.
He didn't go in the same lane as his mother. He went to the black market lane.
With it.
Like,
but it's just like, come on, your mother is who she like. I just don't understand like where he thought or where his father got off thinking that like this is a good idea. This is
because
smart.
he's the ex-husband.
Right. I'm sure the father was like, "Oh, we're gonna screw your mom."
Yeah, this was a petty thing.
Right. This was petty.
Fuck my mom, man. She wouldn't give me the Air Max. I wanted the Air Max, man, and they want to go ahead and fucking donate them and put them up for auction. I need some Air Max, man.
But
Fuck her.
That picture really pissed me off.
That
though.
picture was seriously.
Dude sitting in front of his garage, just surrounded by the same pair of shoes.
That was crazy.
Is he underage?
I don't know.
Because they blurred his face.
No, I think, and I don't know why, because his Instagram is very open.
Yeah.
Very open.
19 years old.
He in
19
Beaverton?
years old. Joe Herbert.
In Beaverton?
It was terrible.
I got to connect in Portland.
Wait, he
Yo,
bought
you stupid.
he bought $132,000 dollars worth of Yeezys and sold them for a $20,000 profit.
My nigga, that's not even Nike.
That's crazy.
About to say that's Adidas.
That's not even Nike. That's
I know,
Adidas.
but they just mentioned Yeezys in the report. They didn't say how much he made off of Nike.
Of course
They're not going to say that shit because they
not.
probably setting that nigga up with an indictment right now.
Something crazy.
And his feet look wild in the fucking picture.
He doesn't collect. He doesn't,
right, you can tell he don't wear the shit. He
care
just
for it. Because even on his Instagram, he doesn't have anything on that even scream stylish.
No.
So it's just like, I don't know why you thought that this was a bright idea.
Put it this way, I always said that white people have the privilege of waking up and just putting on what the fuck ever.
Literally.
Like, and that's what he looks like. Like, this dude's rocking a LeBron jersey with some checkered shorts and some shit. And some Nike Dunks.
Motherfucker, why you ain't in college?
That's what I would like
fuck,
to know.
yo?
Because he
ain't even hustling right. Should have went to college, went on campus with these shits. You already know you could get the shits for whatever price. You got my man.
I don't want to go to school, ma.
Word. My man's cousin got a Nike Tier 1 account, so they get J's whatever the fuck they want like it's nothing. So your mother's the fucking VP.
So
you
what?
probably could just literally walk in Nike Town and just grab the shit. Like,
what was the point?
Man, yo, it just pisses
Go
me
off.
Because I missed so many releases I wanted. I missed some Carmines.
Dog, I'm not even a sneakerhead.
And the reseller
but
took them to the max with the price.
yeah.
I was just like, it's really not that deep.
Like, do they even put bread? Like, when breads come out, 2 seconds, gone.
Literally.
The joints that dropped today, gone in 2 seconds.
Gone.
What dropped today?
The Carolina blue ones. They like a they fire. They fire. But it's like, man, it just pisses me off, yo. Like, it just pisses me off, man, because I grew up, as most of us have. I've grew up on that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a picture with me on Santa Claus's lap. I'm like 3-4 years old, and I got the fucking grapes on my feet.
My son.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know memories of the shoes. Oh, damn, I remember when it had this. I remember when I couldn't get them at a certain point because my mom was like, I'm not paying no $100 for them fucking sneakers.
Right. That was my parents. I never really had
I'm the
that.
opposite parent. I'm like, how much they? Come on. We can get them. I think my son, a lot of people know that my son is like a sneaker collector. I would buy him every pair of Jordans because I had the mom and the father that was like, no. Yeah. And I never wanted to be that way. So if he likes a pair, my son knows when the sneakers come out. He knows what they're called. He knows the colors, like, so, and he's 7 now. So,
Damn.
yeah, I enjoy it.
And
Because
here's
I was like, oh, I wish I could do that.
here's
With my sugar.
right. Here's the thing too, like, and I'm pretty sure you're aware of this as well. Like, they don't even make the sneakers the same way anymore.
No, they do not.
They don't even make them
No,
the same
they
way
do
no
not.
more. Now, and this is another thing that pissed me off because the iconic ones like the 11s, the 6s, they are made exactly to when they first release. So it's like you want to get them.
Right.
And now with these resellers, motherfuckers like, yo, I'll just pay extra. It don't fucking matter. A lot of them shits is fake.
Exactly. They're not the. It's
Yeah,
not.
that's
You
one-
can,
that's my
especially
biggest
if you
fear.
have sneakers from back then, because I have a lot of my sneakers that I kept, and when they re-release, if you compare the two, it's definitely not the same.
Not
the
the same.
material is not even as
Durable.
Sturdy,
Yes,
durable.
Yeah, exactly. It's not.
Because them 5s and fire red 5s, man, them shits piss me off how fucking paperish they are. But I was happy nonetheless because I got them.
Because you got them.
Because I got them. During quarantine, I was lucky as hell.
fresh.
I got
Look.
everything.
Yeah,
got
you
my
was
6s,
fresh.
got my 5s, got my 13s, got, like, you know what I'm saying? I was, you know what I'm
All I
saying?
wanted was a pair of black and red ones, and I ain't get them.
Bruh.
Damn.
And he didn't even want breads. He wanted something that was near the breads.
Near the breads.
But, bro,
You
breads?
didn't get them?
Nah,
Oh.
Shit.
I missed them shits.
No, he didn't miss them. They didn't release them again.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They
no, that was
stopped the
something
release.
else. They was releasing something else, and I missed those.
You guys don't like goat?
I fuck with GOAT, but here's my problem with GOAT.
Look, you take a deep breath.
Yeah, nah, I like GOAT because I'll mess with GOAT before I mess with StockX.
That's what I said. I will, any day, I will never deal with StockX, but I will definitely deal with the goat.
But they be taxing like a
Yes, they do.
motherfucker on
Yes,
GOAT.
they do. Because I have bought some. What were they? Off-whites. And
Whoa, wait, which ones?
I'd rather not say.
Nah, I need to know
want
this.
nobody-
I need
She
to know
said I'd
this.
rather
I'd
not
rather
say.
not say. What it was my parents went against the grain and told me no. I decided to do it because I know in other apps they were higher, and at that time I was able to get them for, in my eyes, was a reasonable price.
In your size?
Yes,
Then
I wear
you ain't got to
size
worry
4.
about that. Okay, so,
Yeah, so
how much? I mean, not
they
how much.
were-
Which ones were they? You ain't got to say the price. Which ones were they?
Damn it. Let me go on my Go app.
The 4s,
'Cause
the
I get-
5s,
The 5s.
the gray, the white,
The whites.
the off-white.
off-whites, off-whites.
Oh my god!
So again, like
They just had a moment.
Yeah, he already know.
my
You
thing,
definitely paid some dough.
so my thing at the time was like, I was supposed to be going away, and I like to dress and be nice when I go away. So my thing is, GOAT has at least a reasonable price. They don't they tax, but not to the point where
Like StockX.
could go $1. They had a raffle one time for these Jordans, and you put in $1. We all know that. Come on, like,
Yeah, don't.
no one's gonna get this. Like,
Right.
so they're promoting it, and then the day of, oh, don't worry about it, you'll be able to get. I'm like, this is ridiculousness. They wake people up early. You set your alarms. You're out here. My boy does push-ups every time he doesn't get a pair of whatever he does, and
This nigga must be swole.
He gets swollen. we was making a joke about it the other day on Twitter because he's swollen right now. I said, you missed that many pair? He said, man, I don't even want to talk about. He said, if I ever come in contact with her son, I'm gonna let him know something.
Yo, it's a lot. Yo, it's a
listen.
lot of people. If they ever
Yeah.
meet this kid, it's a rat
It's
on
gonna be
site.
a misunderstanding.
It's gonna be
Be
on
some
site.
furniture moving in this motherfucker.
That's all I said. It was real.
Yeah, let me holler at you real quick. Bro.
Hot topic. That was
Word.
a hot one.
We can do
hot
this the
one.
easy way.
Or the hard way.
The choice is yours.
This is yours.
That punk son of a bitch got up and walked the fuck out.
I'd have fucked him up
Look
entirely, and you know this.
No.
So next topic. What y'all think about Jay-Z selling Tidal to Square for almost $300 million?
Listen,
What are your thoughts on that?
I really want to be that successful and talk about it as slick as he does, because I knew he was going to end up selling Tidal anyway. So Jay-Z never gets into business to stay into business for a very long time. He always has an agenda, and I believe that he in his head sets either in his head or he sets a goal how much money he actually wants to make and then sell it for way more. Because if you remember when he got into Tidal, it wasn't worth absolutely nothing. They actually said it was going to fail.
Right.
At the
That's
time
why he bought it for that
yes.
for cheap. Yeah.
He bought it for what, $100 million?
I think it was less than that.
Yeah,
He had to deal
wasn't
with the
It was
not
was it
Sony
Sprint?
Nation.
Who was it? He went into partnership.
He went
with
into Rock. It's with not. You know what I'm talking about.
He started
Live
with-
Nation.
Live Nation.
Live
that's what
Nation.
it is. Yeah, so he bought it for damn near pennies on the dollar for him.
For him, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And it just like blew up to something crazy. Like, and I'll honestly say this: I don't use nothing but Tidal.
That's all I do. I'm so. My thing is, if someone black does it, I'm going to use that first before I go to any other platform.
Right.
And what they've done with that platform, period. I actually got retweeted from what Elliot Wilson deals with the curation and the playlist and stuff. And
Right.
Yeah.
Bobby Smurda had came home and he had released a graphic for the playlist. And me, I'm really quick. So I grabbed the photo off the playlist and did my own graphic to it and put it up there to help promote Tidal. So I'm always screaming Tidal out. So I was very excited that he sold it for what he is. I just hope that they continue the momentum like how Tidal already is.
I mean, I feel like we're never gonna like the way this dude moves. Like,
yeah.
look what the fuck he did with. Like, that's not even the only deal he just made.
No, that
like,
ain't.
Like, he just
The liquor license
the liquor.
is better.
Yo,
Right. He also
Moet and
Moet Hennessy.
Moet,
Moet
Moet is
Hennessy.
Moet. No, not Moet. Is it Moet
It's Moet
Hennessy?
Hennessy.
More Hennessy.
Moet Hennessy, and he still got the Ace of Spade, right?
Yes, he does.
So it's like, yo,
Well, the Ace of Spade was part of the Moet Hennessy deal.
yes.
But
Right.
then he went and doubled it up.
Right.
Because,
Right.
I mean, no one does these things that he thinks of. And then he actually, after he makes a deal, he will feature himself on a record and or he will
Right.
release a record himself and he talks even more slick about his moves and his progress. And then I love how he ties it into just black culture, period. He always lets you remind you that what he's saying, eventually he feels like someone is going to make him, remember these words or make him eat his words. But he also tries so hard to push the narrative. Like, you don't have to answer to these people if you don't want to. It's all,
right.
money is nothing but an idea. So I feel like with him, he thinks outside the box. And, I mean, he talks about how slick he is, how he got away with selling drugs. Then he turns around and talks about how he went from the projects to in corner offices, and then he talks slick about Beyonce having so much money. So it's just, it's a blessing to see a black man actually making deals, making it happen, and then achieving it. Just having him so much power with even him being behind Meek Mill being released. You do not hear of that in no community. A nigga goes to jail. He's in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's in jail. Like, you don't see that. The free meat campaign was crazy. I'm like,
Yeah, Robert Kraft
like,
out there.
At one point, I'm saying to myself, like, this is great, but he's in jail. So it's like, I get the whole initiative, but it's like, Jay-Z, come on. And then when he came home, I'm like, yo, this nigga got this nigga like jail. And he didn't have to break out. I was so like
Picked
shocked
him up
by
in a
it.
chopper.
Like literally, I was like, wow, this is impressive. This is impressive.
So are we still Team Tidal even though it's no longer black owned?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Not for me. No.
I mean,
Because I'm pretty sure the same staff won't be. I don't think Elliot is going to be curate or
you don't think he gonna do Rap Radar no more?
Rap Radar. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
I think
then-
they're gonna keep all their podcasts.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so. But with new people in office, you never know what
Right.
they,
Yeah, they always got a different type of agenda.
But here's
Always.
the thing, though. Tidal been making changes for a while.
Absolutely, because they didn't have that at first, podcasting up here at first.
No, but I'm
They
saying like
snuck
with
a
the
lot of stuff
whole
in.
moving
Yeah,
us
so
out the
did.
way. You know
What you
I'm
mean?
saying? Like, there's a picture of the Tidal execs,
Right.
and it ain't one black head in there except for on their noses.
Well, that is true. A lot of the so a lot of people that runs the marketing
Right.
and a lot of people that runs like the ads and think about it. I don't know that many black people in that department that's really good with numbers and plug it and been doing it in the industry that long. Jay-Z's not stupid. I'm pretty sure he would love for it to be a whole black
Staff.
Staff. But let's think about it. If I hire my black boy from off the corner that says that he wants to do this, but doesn't have that much knowledge, versus the person that's on paper that's been in all these other offices. Like, yeah, he says it. The reason why I like him is because he knows this, but then he'll say stuff like, even with the line with the Billboard line. And when we were young, we used to praise Billboard, but now we look at him like, are you dumb?
Right,
like,
right.
We know what you did. We know this is not okay. This is not cool. And it's, that's the only thing that kind of, because you can search. You're Jay-Z. You can definitely hold a conference or something and be like, listen, all black people that does X, Y, and Z.
Word.
You know, but I don't see no company doing that. So I'm not going to fault him for it. Because I don't see no company that's black that has all black people.
But why he can't do it?
You're absolutely correct.
not that he
Jay-Z,
can't,
why
he
can't
just
you do
hasn't.
it?
No.
Why can't you do it, Jay?
He don't want to.
We don't know these things.
Yeah,
we haven't had these conversations.
He just doesn't have the time to really.
I love Jay-Z. Y'all know I'm a big Jay-Z fan, but I have a love-hate relationship with business.
Go on.
You know, I'm not gonna get all the way into it because it's gonna go on a tangent, but it's like some of the moves he makes business-wise, I just wonder, and I'm just like
the NFL move.
That was just.
I mean, yeah. That's part of it.
What else was there?
And being with Robert Kraft, why?
Okay, so in my eyes, we're in a different tax bracket than him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's not too many black tax
Billionaires.
brackets exactly like him and his wife. So you gotta now not align. It's just like alliances. You have you have to pick the best of the best that you can at least rub shoulders with and be like, I know what you really are, but I know that you'll put on the face for me. So you'll put it on. There's some people that's white, that's privileged, that has money like Jay-Z, that refuse to put that face on and play with black billionaires because you're black. But then there's a Robert Kraft, and then there's they love the black. They so
they love to be able to stand next to a Jay-Z.
And so I think, and it also comes from if you have children too that's in hip hop, like Robert Kraft says clearly love hip hop.
Yeah.
And they teach them, this is the music we listen to, this is dope, this is okay, this is this and the third. So if you have a parent that's open-minded, they're like, oh, he's not too bad. And I just feel like with Jay-Z, there's not too many black people. It's not many of him. It's not many of his wives. It's like these are
not only that, but these alliances with Robert Kraft and so on and so forth get him in rooms that he may not been able to get in before.
No, I get that, but it's like I said, I could go on a tangent about it. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. I said, I love Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain things business-wise. I just look at it like.
Just thinking about
listen,
the music.
I ain't on that level. I ain't got that money. I don't.
Right,
you know
because we don't understand these type of.
This is some stuff that I exactly. I can't
we're a couple
wait.
tax brackets below them for now.
I can't wait.
But to piggyback off of what you were saying before, though, there's only like what 5 or 6 black billionaires in the music industry now.
There's more.
In the music industry specifically, like Rihanna, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Diddy. Kanye and Dre and Jay-Z. That's like 7. Who else is there?
Well, Chameleon is not considered a music artist, but he
is a billionaire as well.
A millionaire, yeah. Okay.
A billionaire.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he's made that money off of tech.
Yes, he did.
He said, "Fuck rap, I'm going over to Silicon Valley."
Yeah.
Yes,
like big props to that though. I love that move.
Right. Did you say Oprah? Oh, you said it music.
She's not music.
I have problems with Oprah.
We all have problems.
We all have problems.
Okay. As long as we all agree.
Yeah, I don't talk about that woman.
Yeah.
But while we on it, what are your problems?
Right while we're on it, I loved her only in The Color Purple. I felt that that's when she was her. And
Harpo.
Me personally, what they do to black men.
Yes.
When they're in the media for something that is, not looked upon as their standards.
Right.
But then how they stood behind Harvey Weinstein bothered me tremendously.
Yep.
How she tried to go so hard for Gail after that nasty interview after Kobe died.
Yep.
To me, it's just the timing and their disgusting attitudes toward black men, because we don't have that many honorable black men that we can chant about. Kobe was one of the ones that was just like, you know what? You took it too far. So, in my eyes...
And Michael.
The way they...
I still haven't forgave her for that.
I still have not.
I have not forgiven her for that.
So for those reasons, she's canceled in my eyes. I don't care how much money, how many giveaways, how many freebies.
I don't watch OWN.
I don't.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything
OWN at all.
OWN.
I just think it's disgusting that
His nephews
two
were
black
calling her
women
out.
would do something like
Mike's
that
nephews?
to black men.
Yeah,
Like 3T?
yeah, 3T. They were on Twitter and they was going hard.
I didn't know 3T was still around. No
Yeah.
disrespect.
I didn't either until I seen it on Twitter.
I ain't seen them since the Michael Jackson movie. The American Dream, the
American
Jacksons.
To the Jacksons.
They were in it?
Yeah. I think he was young. I think one of the T's. I don't know which T.
I
I think one of the T's that
Tito
dated
Jr.
that dated
TJ
Kim
one of the
Kardashian
other one.
played Jermaine.
Okay.
Yeah, like young Jermaine with the fro.
That's that on that.
Right when he was
That's
with Hazel Gordy.
Yo, I'm
The son.
Anything else you want to talk about before we get into this interview, sir?
We got some great music coming up. Silk Sonic. We've been talking about that.
We've been playing that on
We've been
repeat.
playing that on repeat.
You could thank us, Silk Sonic, for your streams. Probably
Right.
streaming it a good 50,
Okay.
40
Yeah.
times
Okay.
every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
You got a cool $20 off of us at this
you
point.
definitely,
Definitely.
gotten a good. I've invested
greatly.
in that record. Excited about that.
The
That
album.
project, the album.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting on vinyl when that releases.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm just like, yeah, y'all put out that song, but then they put out the intro.
Yep.
And it's
intro
like,
to the
why
album.
would you do
They
that?
not
Just to
playing-
give you a little
They
taste.
not playing fair with niggas no more.
Like,
They
it's
not playing fair at this point, and I think it's time that they need to not play fair.
Listen, all the greatest hustlers on the block gave the Fiends a little taste,
this is true.
There you go.
and then they came right the fuck back, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
They had to come through like Franklin Saint.
Oh, my boy.
I had to put them on the block.
What else y'all listening to? That I like that new Lucky Day EP,
Yeah.
Table for
Lucky
Two.
Day.
Gotta check that
Yeah.
out. I gotta check that out. I
I'm
did
still
hear
on
that
Jasmine
drop.
Sullivan. I'm so proud
That
of her.
Hotels?
Yeah, Hotels is definitely fine.
That's a dope. That's a dope.
Definitely one of the
project she
albums of the
released.
year.
I was having
Definitely
a
dope.
discussion with my boys in my other group chat because people have a million group
Yeah.
chats. This brother,
I have too many at this point.
Do
He-
you?
he be-
I've never been in a group chat.
Nah?
No.
Yeah, you got no. I mean, it's group chats within people that are in my circle.
No, I'm really like I don't do them.
Oh shit!
Like I don't. Me personally, that's too many notifications to go off at one time.
Right, that's
I
my
feel
point.
you.
So I just don't. Generally, I think people know me already, so they just like they never would throw me in a group chat. Like I'm lying. I'm in one with my girl and her cousin.
Mhm.
Like we'll talk about because we trips if we going on
Yeah,
trips or
yeah,
something
yeah.
or music. Like she'll hit me with the music, like videos that drop.
Mhm.
But like to like talk, I be watching people be having real group chats like.
Oh no, I'm not in that type of shit. It's like maybe like 3 of my other boys,
Yeah.
and my cousin, and then the group chat we got with each other. That's it. I ain't got no
So
other.
do you respond? Do you have to respond? Because the text is like we texting, we conversing throughout the day. Is it like do you have to respond? Because there's more than one person like talking.
no.
Right? Nah, there's times where I'm just seeing threads and threads and
Yeah.
threads and threads, and that's cool. I'll eventually catch up. They got iPhones, so
Right.
it's simply just haha,
back, yeah.
heart, ha ha
I'll
ha.
slide
You know what I'm
in.
saying? That's
Slide
it.
in where I
Exclamation mark.
can.
And then how they have it set up now, where you could just reply to what they say.
Right,
that makes
right.
it even better.
That makes it
You know what I'm
great.
saying?
Yeah, I
So
don't-
it's
I see,
not.
That's wow.
It's not.
I'm not into like.
And it's like that on Instagram too, because I'm in an Instagram group chat with my boys from high school, and them niggas, like, sometimes I'll be wondering, like, do y'all work?
Do you have a
That's how we
job?
feel about you, nigga. What the fuck you mean?
Have a job? Oh
Prince
shit! Tommy.
sent
Baby.
attachment. Denzel, I synced it.
Right.
Like,
I seen it.
but like they be whole conversations. Like I just be sending y'all videos and shit. Like these niggas be
Yeah.
having whole
Oh,
ass
okay,
conversations.
okay.
I wake up with like the whole 10 plus messages, and then I open it and it just.
See,
a lot.
And I'm
with
like,
the exception of our group chat, because we're always usually talking business. I'm not gonna say always,
Definitely not a whole.
right? But we're usually talking business. Like all of my other group chats are muted. Like I check them when I feel like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you can mute them.
Yeah, you could do all that. But back to the reason why I brought up the group chat is because we was talking about the music. I was in a group chat with my boy. He's like, "Oh yeah, Drake is God. This and
You
that,
know.
blah blah blah,
God.
and all that, da, da, da.
You know.
He's like, "Yeah, Drake is in my top 10." I said, Drake is nice. I got a love-hate relationship with him as well. But Drake is nice. Do not get me wrong. I fuck with Drake, but he is not in my top 10.
But you're gonna stop
He's not in my top 10.
Today.
It's
today,
not.
Today,
listen.
stops.
There's no disrespect.
Anybody that knows me know I am a Drake. Listen, he's gonna know. When I step in the industry, he's going to know.
Yeah.
I am the cheerleader of all cheerleaders for that man. So like, I don't. You know what I like is because he does it. He will push things differently. He has ran the industry, whether people want to admit it or not, for the last 10 years. That was all him. His sound, how he put people in position to like even Little Baby. Like Little Baby, he put him on that indie record. Little Baby has never, and he hasn't
He ain't had a bad record since. That's true.
Hasn't. And you know, for him to drop an album and say make all this hype at 12 p.m. because only a couple artists can do that, and Beyonce's one of them. Well, the internet will really wait,
stay up,
like literally wait for that. So for him to drop and say he's dropping an album at 12 and then release 3 records pissed me off. But it's like, this is different. This is not he said an album and we're looking for
CLB.
Something.
Certified Lover Boy.
Something. And he didn't give us that. He didn't give us that.
Nah, he said he wasn't giving us that for a while. He was
I know he's not gonna get
it was supposed to drop in January. He was like, I apologize, I'm not gonna be able to put it out, but I got something coming.
But he teased it and made a scene because he got the little heart in his head right now. Like, you know,
true.
He's, you know, he's very
his marketing is crazy. I'm not listen.
Because that video is even crazy to me.
Yo, the fucking insane. The Laugh Now, Cry Later video.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That he did at fucking Nike.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, he did.
Come on,
That's why I say he shuts it down. He talks just as slick as Jay-Z does, I think, now.
Yeah. It's his mentor.
He always did, though.
Yes, he does. The nigga said that you got to keep me happy. You have to send me a check. My label have to send me a check. They tell me they love me. They got to show me they love me by cutting me the $1 million check. Yeah. He has an unlimited budget at the label. Like, it's nothing that Drake, and the guys, they asked him, and he said, oh, yeah, Drake gets whatever he wants.
Right. I mean, Drake is their cash cow. Of course he got to.
So it's just like, I cannot ever listen to the talks of the badness when it comes to Drake.
So do you think Drake could peak anymore?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, because Drake has different genres of him. Drake is one artist, but has Jamaican, he has Spanish, he has Canada, he has United States of America. Like Drake, I feel like
you forgot London,
right? London, right? You know, with that accent comes out. I feel like with him, if it's not musically, he might peak. Like because there's nothing else he really can say. But like that's like Rick Ross. Rick Ross talks. You can tell when Rick Ross is in album mode, and you can tell when he's just on records, just doing his thing.
Oh, so he ain't in album mode right now.
What? No. Did you hear that record?
I heard it.
What, the Lemon Pepper freestyle?
I don't think he's in album mode.
No, he's not in album. That was just a favor.
He's not in album mode yet.
He talks, and when he talks, I just don't like that he's sexist. But
yeah,
I love that he talks. I say he's in album mode.
I honestly think, because here's the thing, I'm okay with not having another Ross record for a little bit because I'm still bumping Port of Miami 2.
Yeah, Port of Miami 2 was dope.
Like that shit is like still, and like it made me go back to records I didn't even know. Like I didn't even listen to the Superfly soundtrack. I happened to listen to it. Ross had a record on there called Capone Suite. I played the hell out of that
soundtrack was dope.
I'm telling you,
listen,
Rick Ross really.
I don't see him dropping any music probably until maybe
summer.
Not even summer, bro. Probably like maybe fall. Because Rick Ross don't really drop summer records. He'll drop a mixtape maybe. Maybe he'll drop a mixtape soon, but I don't. I'm just waiting to see what Bobby about to do.
Smurda?
Yeah.
I just hope
he don't conform.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I would like.
Yeah.
Because even Rowdy Records.
Conformed as
I don't know what. It's like, that's not rowdy to me.
Not at all.
I mean, Computers is one of my favorite. Listen, Computers drop, and I might just get naked. Because, like, that's my
fucking
shit.
naked.
That is my record. Like they took it there.
Yo.
And I just don't want them not to take it there. Being that it's what this is right now, what's going on. This is just right now. This is what's going on. But they're happy and we're excited for you to be home. So understand that we love you for that, for Bobby that you are, not for the Bobby that they want you to probably be.
Yeah.
So I just hope he don't disappoint.
You think he gonna be like real heavy on that Brooklyn drill?
No, I can't see him on a Brooklyn.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what Roddy did when he came out, and that was my problem.
He did. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because I heard it and I tried to listen to it several times. I'm a big Roddy fan. Because I like ignorant music at times. A lot of people, I don't.
We all do it at times. Yeah.
I really like ignorant music, and I thought that he was gonna give me something ignorant. Something I could be in my car acting like a thug, and it was just more so, it was too drillish, and I think that the drill scene is cool, but it's for certain sound, like your voice has to at least sound believable. There's a lot of records that's drill, it's just I don't believe it.
Smoking a nata, and a papa off with your mata.
Do we think Bobby can match Hot Nigga? That was perfect. That was perfect.
But here's the thing, though, with that. The time that Hot Nigga came out, it's not that time.
It's not.
Right, really but that's what. But do you think he can match that feeling?
I think that pressure's on him.
Yes,
it 100% is.
I think that
like people been
him.
rooting for this dude to get out of jail for how long?
Because here's the thing, and fuck Tekashi 6ix9ine, fuck 6ix9ine, fuck 6ix9ine, fuck 6ix9ine.
You actually said his name?
Yeah, fuck Tekashi 6ix9ine. Fuck him.
We don't speak that name.
I'm gonna say
here.
Fuck Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I'm gonna say it again. But
what I'm saying, yo,
the nigga fucking Bobby went off on that record. He went off on that record, yo. What the fuck was that record called?
What did it have to do with 6ix9ine?
He was on a record with 6ix9ine before all that shit happened.
Okay, I didn't know.
When motherfuckers was like, okay, I kind of fuck with 6ix9ine, and then the shit came out. It's like, yo, I knew it. I knew it.
Nigga.
Like that was a crazy verse.
So I wonder if 6ix9ine had to do something with Bobby going away.
No,
he's a hip hop police.
I know.
He's definitely police. If first of all, when he gets on Instagram and these rappers, which I don't understand what would make somebody get on a live with him, knowing that he is associated with police,
right?
And he's asking them specific questions like, nigga, you ain't do nothing. When the last time you drilled something, or when the last time you bust your gun? You're answering. You're talking because he knows how to talk at you to get you, upset.
Right.
Yeah. So because of that, you actually end up, and it's just like the famous. I try not to remember this dude because he doesn't even sit in the studio.
The fat fuck.
To have the interview with you, he's on a screen. Did you guys know that? Vlad. He's another one. That's what I'm saying. He's another one where they ask you questions that
culture vulture.
Yeah.
It's like you're
like
looking
you go
for
talk
an
to Vlad. Next thing you know, FBI is knocking at your door.
You're looking for an indictment. As I said, these artists are really like. I think it was Little Reese was on a live with 6ix9ine. They were arguing, and he's showing his strap. Like, why would you do something like that? Like, why would you do that?
You see Drewski too funny with that little skit he did when he's the ops. He's like, you still got the tool? And then he was like, hey, you know the cops out here. He's like, you know 12 out here.
Ridiculous.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh man, I'm hoping Bobby does well though.
The pressure is on for him.
The pressure's definitely on.
It's definitely on.
Because like this was a feeling.
This shit.
Like when Hot Nigga came out.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Whether you knew who he was or not, you
It's
could
that
not
feeling.
stand still when the song was on.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, he also
What?
indicted himself on this record.
Yeah.
There's a lot of niggas that
a lot of niggas that do
a
that.
lot of niggas snitch on themselves.
There's
and songs.
anything we ever learned from
He
Boondocks.
just got in trouble. Right.
Yes.
If there's anything we learned from Boondocks, it was that.
Right.
That was a prophecy.
Yes.
That was our first episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think it was
No.
our second. It was the second episode.
The second episode, I
The
believe.
prophecy of Aaron Magruder.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this interview.
Let's go.
Miss Y. Jones. Let's tell them how you got started. Well, tell us how you got started.
Oh man.
Please.
There's so many. Okay, so I always was into music, period. But there was a new space that had opened up in New Haven downtown on Orange Street. And I think it's Bob Tree.
Baobab?
Yeah, Studios.
Baobab Tree, yep.
And it was a dude from the hood that was like, yo, I want to put something together. I want to do something dope. You got a scratchy voice. You got a nice voice. And I'm like, thanks. But like, what would you do? He was like, I don't know. Like, I want to put like a show together. So at the time, podcasting was not a thing out here. It was not a thing. So I was online on Twitter because I was on Twitter like heavy, like in 08, 07. So like a lot of the music heads that are who they are now, like we're up there relaying information to each other, you know, talking. So make a long story short, I say, yo, I want to do a podcast. Like I think that would be dope to do a podcast down here. So they had the mics, they had it set up and everything. So I'm like, I need a voice that's just as big as mine. So I reached out to Big E. And Big E was like, that'll be dope, but I don't know what to do. So I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it. The first day we went down there, we was taking pictures. We was live on Facebook. And we started talking about the opportunity. And it took off from there. Like, people were asking when we were opening up to be a guest. Like, you know, so we hired a collective. And at the time, they were a group of boys that did video, pictures, sound and editing and stuff like that. So I hired them. I told them, you know, we were going to be filming. Because at this time, I don't know the cost of everything. Right. So I'm just like, you know, talking, like I want to shoot 3 times a week, not knowing that that's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of money too.
A lot of money. And me being who I am, I'm going to get it. If I say it, I'm going to make it happen. So 3 times a week, we was in there with artists, people, owners, producers, and the show took a life of itself. And I got it on Apple Music and was it Spotify? It was Apple Music and I don't know the platform. I don't want to lie because I don't lie. So I know it was a couple platforms we got it on because it was SoundCloud and then I got it on Apple.
What year was this?
Jesus Christ. This is when it was different. The podcasting world was different.
This was before me.
This was way before. I'm telling you, this was way before. Nobody was doing podcasts out here.
It was called radio shows.
Well, I was on the radio. It wasn't even radio back then.
No.
Podcast was its own thing.
It was. I was going to say,
But
it's
like,
not a. It wasn't something. Podcasting. No, celebrities wasn't even doing it then.
Like to give her props, she was one of the first
Literally,
podcasts
I must
in
take
Connecticut.
that. I have to take
I
that.
may have been like second or third after her. Because I remember it was Where's My Headphones?
Yeah.
Then there was the round table, and then On the Air started after the two of them.
So that's why I said I know for a fact that there was no, because I did my research and I was like, there's nothing out here like that. We're gonna do it. And what it was I am ambitious, and if the people around you don't have the same attitude, that's gonna fuck you up.
Yep.
And that's what it was. It wasn't. They didn't believe in it as much as I believed in it, even though I had grew it to 10,000 subscribers. And that was like throughout New York. That was New York. That was Connecticut. That was down south. We got love from so many places. So to shut it down for me was very upsetting because at the time it was called Critical Crew.
Yeah,
CT Critical Crew.
That's what it was, yep.
And I said, I'm not gonna just let this go. I remember having a meeting with them, and I told them we were gonna part ways. I was gonna keep all the logos, keep content because again, I paid for it.
Right.
So I turned around and trademarked my name, Where's My Headphones, and that's where Where's My Headphones took a life on its own. From there, Jesus Christ, what I do is I study the internet. A lot of people don't understand is if you can't travel, the best thing that you could do is watch the internet. Who is hot? Who needs what? Like if you know a hot artist that don't have a graphic designer, or if you know a hot artist that don't have the voice to push the content, there definitely is a need for you. So you find the need, you perfect the need, and you utilize their name to where they're like, oh, this is dope. Like I'm gonna share this, and I'm gonna ask you what's up with you or what do you do. So I know that my biggest influence is the internet and my voice. Because once I get in a room with you, the deal is sold. You know what I mean? That's how I always go about it. So I created Where's My Headphones, and at the time I just wanted to do interviews with the hottest people that's on the rise.
Okay.
I reached out to my first big interview was with Scotty Beam. And Scotty Beam, everybody knows that she's big now. At the time, I was her first interview. So this girl was on the radio. She was about independent artists. She was, connecting with people out the ass. And she was passionate. And I reached out to her by showing love first, sharing her stuff, talking to her throughout Twitter. Because I met her on Twitter. And so we met up. I booked the space out in New York. And from that interview on, I went out to Miami and did DJ EFN in Noriega. And then I came back and I did It's Biscuit. And at the time, It's Biscuit was really big. He was heavily being used by Diddy. Diddy would reach out to him if his son had something dropping. Champagne Poppy Drake. A lot of people, Nicki Minaj. So It's Biscuit was like really, really large at the time. I did an interview with him. Smack is like somebody that I absolutely love. The culture that he created for underground rap in itself. So, you know, we did that. I was like literally on a roll with everything. And then I ended up losing my job. And when I lost my job, it was like, I have to do something.
So you was really like Diddy
like
at
literally,
that point.
I literally was, everybody wanted to do interviews with me. A lot of artists want to do interviews with me out here. And I'm like, no, because if I do interviews with you, it's not going to go that far. Whereas the internet, if I'm doing it with, let me get my foot in the door first.
Right.
So I can do something for me and then I can help everybody else. Because that's a lot of people problem. You know, they're like, I want to do it for Connecticut, and they do a lot of people within Connecticut. And then when they leave whatever doing what you're doing, they don't even promote your shit. So it's like, I'm sitting here, booked you, interviewed you, video for free, freaking sound. I'm paying for all this. And you don't even promote my shit. That's a smack in the face.
Yeah, really.
Whereas, you know what I mean? So
Big facts.
I know for a fact that if I do one of them, even just the fact that their face is on it, name is on it, at least I don't feel bad because just your name helped promote and send me somebody else. I did at the time, Troy Ave and what is the manager name? Hovain was going through their situation. I interviewed him. Right when the situation
Hovain
was...
or Troy Ave?
No, Hovain.
Hovain,
yeah. Of course, I didn't want to interview Troy Ave.
No, we don't do that.
We don't respect it. So I've gotten in rooms with a lot of people, even talking to Lenny, just the fact that Lenny S...
You talked to Lenny?
Lenny S. I'm telling you, Twitter to me is like home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're really working and you're consistent and you're reaching out to these people, I don't care if it may, somebody be like, oh, you're a dick rider. Call me what you want.
No, you're not.
You call me what you like, but I'm going to get this work.
Right.
The fact that one of my Missy Elliott, she follows me, she knows me, we have conversation. If I say something to her, I share her stuff, she'll send me purple hearts or she'll share it. You know what I mean? Like, these are people that I look up to. So it's like, I don't give a damn what Connecticut got to say. If you behind me, you behind me. What I know about your hometown is, regardless if they stand behind you now, when you arrive, they'll stand behind you even better.
Even more, yeah.
So it's like I don't really try to stay too keen on what's going on here. The independent artist though, I don't give a damn what anybody say. I'm gonna stand behind my artist.
Yeah.
So I reverted once I did all that. I lost my job and I said I'm still gonna use the internet. I got on Instagram and I started jumping in every week. I would put together a post in the DMs. And once you hit follow on me, because you'll see my work and what I've done and the people that I dealt with, I would jump in your inbox and I would say who I am, the shows that I had, and I would extend for either opportunity to intern for you and or opportunity for you to have you as a guest on my show. And I sent it to Jay, who is the HR ops at Complex. And he said, where are you from? And I was like, Connecticut. He's like, oh, that's not a good place. He's like, you're in an area that's not gonna get you seen. You gotta come out here. He booked me to come out to New York. I came out there. And he loved me. If I get in a room with you, the deal is sold. And he said to me, we don't even have a job right now at Complex. I'm gonna just create one. And when I didn't think it was gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the only thing I didn't think was gonna happen because I'm like, this is too surreal. So I'm like, I will come up there, you know, every time he told me to come up. And the day that my son went viral on Christmas, because my son is really he has his own personality. And I had taped his response on Christmas, opening up gifts. And he had this wild ass response for a gift that his aunt bought him. And it went viral and took off on the internet. So when I was in the elevator, he had texted me and he was just like, hey, you should come up tomorrow. And I'm like, Christmas. Like, he was like, yeah, but he's like, I think we're gonna finalize everything. I go up there, we're on the floor, and the guy, a white guy, was in the elevator and he was playing my son's video. And I said, that's my son. Jay said, that's not your son. I'm like, that's my son. So I proved it. And he was like, yo, why this is dope. So we get inside the office and he said to me, this is not the job that you want, but if you keep sticking to it, he's like, there'll be something that opened up. So I'm like, all right. I said, so we're going to, like, I can officially say that I'm a part of Complex. He's like, yes, you can officially say it. So they came and took me in front of the Complex sign. They took my picture and I posted it. And Connecticut really couldn't believe it. Like, they
I
were
was
like,
definitely, I was like, congratulations.
That's the problem.
What?
That's the problem with Connecticut. Like, they don't believe it until
that
it's
was
seen.
Nah.
And that's a huge problem
That
because
is.
it's like, why does something have to be seen for something to happen? Like,
I've been doing this. So, you know, like you. Exactly.
I've seen people take pictures in front of, like, Arista, Def Jam, and all this, but you still home.
Right.
So it's like, what does that matter? You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't.
You should be like, how you move
should
you
be
move
like
in
that.
silence. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing, whatever. If you say you're gonna do something, people should be like, "Oh, that's what's up. Let's have that happen."
Like, yo, I could say right now, like, I hit her up in her inbox. I was like, yo, you don't know me, but I'm proud as fuck of you. Like,
I love like real talk. Like
You
when
know?
people talk like that, I literally, my thing is, I show love regardless of what, and I make jokes about it because I had a very hard because I never wanted children, but I ended up getting pregnant, and my son pushed something like I was motivated before. But he helped push me to where it's like I have to be successful.
Right.
Yes.
So it's just like, you know, when people send me those type of things, I snap it and I save and put it in a folder. So whenever it gets hard for me, I go back and I read these things because I might not be doing it for someone right now, but someone's gonna look back on my journey and like, yo, she did this, she got through it. I can do it too. You know what I mean? And it's to me, I tap in as much as possible because I'm one person. I don't have a team. Like what you guys got is dope because what you don't see, he sees. What you don't see, he sees. You know,
That's
y'all can all
exactly how
tap
it
in.
is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I literally be on Twitter, Snap, the news, Channel 8, freaking everything trying to get what's hot. And then I do graphics now and content that I do that I can't get to an editor to do for me. So like now a lot of artists are paying me to do stuff like that. So it's just like I can't, my eyes and ears can't be everywhere. So I tell people all the time, if you think I'm overlooking you, I'm really not. Please just send me your stuff. So I pick one day out of the week and I listen to the content or I listen to the videos, watch the videos, and I put it in my top, or I'll invite you out for what I have going on now. It's called Shout Out to the Gang. It's a content that will be on Amazon Prime and Hulu, hopefully. But I have a series for independent artists. So it's just like, literally, I do whatever for independent artists because I believe that I hate it when people used to call them starving artists. Like where the independent artists are now and where they were almost 5 years ago, completely like they changed the game up. So it's just like you're in a shitty deal. I'm free and I can do exactly what I want, however I want, and make as more money, if not more than you. So it's just like I stick to that. Recently, this guy don't know me from a can of paint. I'm on Twitter. And I said last year, the only people that I will work for, because I believe in I'm working for myself, period. I said the only two people that I will work for is Angie Martinez or Karen Civil. And everybody knows that I love Karen Civil. So I'm on the TL, I'm promoting, doing my thing like I always do, Music Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Mixtape Wednesday. Like I do all my thing. And this guy, I tweeted up, this girl had made a meme or whatever she said. She was like, you need to speak what you want into existence, something of that nature. And I said, in that case, Karen Civil needs to give me a shot because I belong on her team. And this dude that do not know me from a can of paint, because I have a lot of people that in the industry follow me, but I don't know who they are. So I follow back if I know that you're a reputable person to, you know, maybe I might see something that I can do for you. So we happen to be following each other. He sees my tweet and my DM goes off. And I first was going to ignore it, but I'm like, let me just check what it is. Because Twitter, I don't really have conversations in my DMs. So I opened it and he sends me the reply of him and Karen. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, then I see my tweet and he was like, hey, I think you're dope. And I don't know if she's going to give you the shot or not, but I told her to check you out. And I'm like, what? Like, why would you do something? Why would you do something?
The
I'm
internet,
like, wow, really?
Your Twitter followers and social media friends be going harder than you.
They go harder than people you know.
Yeah,
they go harder than your own people.
And there's multiple people that knows Karen, that knows me. I'm not going to say their names, but there's multiple people that knows Karen, that knows I want to work for her and never say anything. This dude has a relationship with her. And he reached out to her, and then 2 days later, I'm on the feed, and I'm like, Karen Civil needs to like really like give me a shot at this point. And she tweets back and she goes, I see you, right? So she said, I see you. I'm going to hit you in a couple of days. It's just a lot of things right now I'm putting together. I didn't give a damn what she would say after that. You know who I am. You know what I'm doing. I'm waiting for your call. Cause and she sees I seen that she opened up my Instagram messages. Cause she was one of the ones when I first got on Instagram where I would send every day. Like every day, just give me a shot, just give me a shot, just give me a shot. You know what I mean? I would have a whole layout of what I would do, and then I would attach my work always. So you know I'm just not all talk. And like I said, doors are opening for me crazy, and I just want people to know like Connecticut is home base for me, specifically 203. But I'm so Connecticut. the things that I have done in like even with Bugatti's an independent artist that has took off. Before Bugatti came to me with no music on the internet, no internet presence, no music videos, no nothing. And I said, and you want to be an artist? And he was like, yes. And I'm like, well, we got to revamp everything. From the time I worked with him, and this was free of charge. I wanted to just get an artist and just figure it out. Like, you know, and he literally, if this boy tweets on it, he has more retweets and shares than me. You know what I mean? And it's just like even Sholei's one of my top independent artists. Because a lot of independent artists get upset with me because I use the same dudes.
So what?
Right.
Ty Henney, Sholey, Kaylee Roselle. These are people though that they're friends of mine, and built the relationship with me. So if I continue to wait for you guys to pay me for content that you want, I will be broke.
Correct.
So I utilize my friends and they use me. It's okay to be used, but be useful, not useless.
Right.
So, you know, I don't, I tell them all the time, like, listen, it's cool that you're doing what you're doing, but approach me in a way like, I want to work. Like, what are your prices? Or what exactly do you do? Something, but not get upset because I'm sharing someone else's work and not yours. Right. Because everybody has a time. Like, you know, I said that I want to do something with all the podcasts in Connecticut. There's so many podcasts that I didn't know about. Like, why would I not want everybody listening to the podcast only in Connecticut? I would love to have it that way. So, you know, it's a lot that people tap into. And once one person bust open the doors, because there's a lot of artists that will arrive at that plateau and won't shout out Connecticut or won't open the door to what's hot here. You know what I mean? They'll forget about it, or they'll, you know, will just work with their specific people. And that's not how, I don't think that's how it should be.
Right.
I don't think that's how it should be. So I go against the grain all the time. I'll say, like, I'll wear somebody clothes. Like right now, I got on Vibes clothing line. I had my outfit today already set. And he called me and he was like, yo, I got something new in. I said, well, is it something I can wear today? He's like, yeah, I'm going to throw it on. I'm going to promote Vibes. Like, so if you got the Android or Apple, download the Vibes, VYYBES. It's a clothing line, just like Fashion Nova or just like Pretty Little Thing.
Nice.
They have everything up there. So, I mean, like, nice fit too, can't lie. You know, I'm all about just promoting Connecticut, period, because there's so much talent here. Like, it's just unbelievable. We're undeniable. So once somebody looks in with a magnifying glass, it's gonna be like, yo, what the fuck was I doing? Like, I can't believe I overlooked Connecticut.
How did Jones Jam start?
Boy, I'm a big music head fan again, and music videos is like my thing. I always used to want to do like how Punk'd was. I wanted to take music videos, and revamp the music videos, but the funny style way. So instead of me doing it the funny style way, because I don't have a big budget, I'm like, damn, it's a lot of independent artists that get on and you go back in there to their archives and they got dope music videos or dope records that we never even got a chance to, you know, see. So I said, since I'm independent, I'm going to do a countdown for independent music artists. Right. And that also helped me stay afloat because at that time I didn't have a job. I literally was, I don't know if I can say that up here. I was selling narcotics. So
it is what it is.
Street pharmacist. It is what it is.
Well, it's to me, weed is legal. But I wasn't heavy on it. So you know, I wasn't on the block. But that's what was helping me pay for a lot of the stuff that I was doing. So
awesome.
So at that time, Jones Jams, I went through the first time several people actually filmed Jones Jams. The first time I went to New York and I filmed my first Jones Jams. And it's crazy because I call it with artists. The dude that is dating Megan Thee Stallion now,
Party Fontaine. Yeah.
Nobody knew about this dude out in Connecticut. Nobody even think that he was gonna pop. He had a song called Food Stamps. I heard it. I said, this dude is going to be big. And that was my first. He was the number one on my count. I can't even remember who the other two were, but I know he was number one on my countdown. And it went live. I shared it. He shared it. Liked it. Commented. A year later, this dude comes out. And he's hot. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, like, I said you was gonna be hot. So I tagged him. I'm like, yo, do you remember this? And he gave me accolades and shouted me out or whatever the case may be. But he's Cardi writer, which I think is right. Crazier. You know, I don't even want to talk on that. But
listen, man, I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yes, okay.
She's a robot.
Yes.
Anyway,
So that kind of brings me up to my next question, right? Because I kind of started off the same way as you, but I'm obviously nowhere as big as you.
Oh,
like
you
I
are.
started,
Don't worry about it.
like I started like with, because people would always come to me like, "Yo, who should I listen to? Like, what type of music is out there?" Because I was like, for a while, I was just anti-radio.
Okay.
I was only about independent music. So I started a blog where I would, showcase independent rappers, so on and so forth. And like, so people would just submit their music to me. And I don't know how I got onto submission lists, but people would send me their music all the time. Like, so what I was going to say, that's exactly how we met.
Wow.
Right.
It's kind of crazy how all of us
It
met.
was a wild.
Yeah.
It was like
We had met at M White Lounge,
M White 'cause they
and
had
we
a
started
pop-up
talking. I was
shop.
like, "Your voice sounds familiar."
So you even know voices.
Yeah.
That's me.
yeah. And then he was like, "You got an EP out?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like,
And I pulled it up on my
goes,
phone. I was,
he
"This is you, right?"
He's like, "I've written a blog about you." I was like,
Thank you.
"Appreciate that. I'm out here being written. I'm a read."
So I'm gonna add, like, have you ever passed up on somebody that you regretted?
That's a good question. Have I ever passed away when I regret it?
I'm gonna give you an example of what happened to me. Before the song popped, Dej Loaf's management sent "Try Me" to my email.
Wow.
I listened to it, didn't like it.
What?
You didn't like
I
Try Me?
didn't, the
Dej
first time I
Loaf?
heard it, I didn't like it.
Nigga, the
Next thing you know, it's popping off on the radio. I was like,
Let a nigga try me. Try me.
What? You didn't like
You
Dave?
How you
at,
like
at my
that?
first listen, because at this time, like, just like you, I would
Yeah.
pick one day out of the week, and I would just listen
Go
to
through.
everything in
So
my
it probably
in
was
my
your mind
email.
was delayed at that time when it got to
Right.
that record because trust me, I get submissions and I just be like, why has no one told you that you cannot rap? Why has no one told you that you cannot sing? Like, I really be starting to question people's friends sometimes. It's like, I don't want to be the person that says it, but it's just
I will.
like,
No, that's all him.
you can tell that he is straight to the point.
Tell you
But you
straight.
know what it is? I don't want nobody to ever tell me that I can't achieve something. So I'll never tell someone. Because nowadays, anything could pop you off nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to ever say that to someone. I think it should be your friends and family to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would just say is like, this is not my cup of tea right now, but I might know somebody that would want to listen and want to feature this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll send it to the person. I'm 9 out of 10 the person will feel how I feel, but
Okay.
it's the fact of the matter I handed it off. So someone else can deal with that.
Right.
But
Right.
I don't like a lot of, it's a lot of artists that it's just like,
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
trash.
Yeah.
I just hear a lot of regurgitated A Boogie.
No,
It-
and
Like
the mixing is usually terrible.
Yeah.
And that's another thing people need to realize. Don't ever send me, please, if you're listening, please don't ever send me anything that's not mixed and mastered. Because I'm automatically going to just trash it. I do not like to listen to unmixed and unmastered records because it doesn't sound, if you listen to a record that's mixed and mastered versus to listening to something that's not, your
Terrible.
ears hurt.
Right.
Like, it's just not, you can hear, you just hear everything wrong.
Your
and it's like, I
vocals
don't
is
like
way
it.
over the track.
It's like, what is this?
Here's my thing. How could you want someone to invest in you and you can't even invest in your own craft?
Oh my God. So now, like, I'm starting to like really feel like people really respect what I do, because I be out now. I tend to do most of my stuff early in the morning because I don't know why people think it's okay to approach people when they're out and about and not in music mode, like to listen to their album or to listen to a track. So now I'm starting to realize that people see me for what I say I am. So it's like I have to be respectful to it because I don't want to be a bitch. So I'm at Walgreens and I see the guy look at me. I look at him, but I don't know who he is. I go inside. I come out. I'm thinking he's gone by now. No, he's on the corner of the wall of Walgreens. He's like, yo, your name Y Jones? I'm like, yes. He's like, do you got like 2 minutes? No, but I can. So he's like, can you just listen to this or can I send it to you? So he sent it to me. It was actually a dope record. So I featured it, right? Then I'm at the mall thinking if I go early, no one's going to see me. I go into a store and the artist, I'm thinking he's coming up to me because he works there. So he like fist bumped me. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I find everything fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to, be here for long. And he's like, nah, you Y Jones, right? I'm like, oh, yes. He was like, I've been trying to get in the studio. He's like, first of all, I just love everything you do. Da, da, da. So I said to myself, let me ask you this. I was just like, how bad do you want to be successful? He's like, I want to be successful. I was like, see, you don't want it bad enough. I can hear it in your voice. And because you don't want it bad enough, I can't waste my time listening to you right now because you don't want it as bad as I want it. So if I stop to listen to you and then take time to dub up whatever it is that you're about to let me listen to, it's going to be a waste of my time because it's a waste of your time because you don't feel like your time is enough to invest in your craft. He's like, nobody never said that to me before.
That's your problem.
He was like, wow. He was like, so what should I do? I said, first thing you should do, because he was about to play me a whole bunch of records on his notes that he records in the bathroom.
Oh, man.
So my whole thing is like, boy, the first thing you should do is get in the actual studio.
Yeah.
Like, you got a whole bunch of music, a whole, like, 2 albums
Even if
worth.
nothing, just buy some equipment and
something and do it yourself.
Yeah.
I said, that's the first thing that's gonna make me take you serious. I said, the second thing is if you want professional photos, I said, I won't charge you over the head. I was like, I'll actually help you. I was like, because you're helping yourself. I said, so I'll give you a discounted price. And he was just like, okay, I'm gonna get on that. He left his whole break because he was supposed to go on break. He lied to the supervisor, said that he was going on break, but he came over to talk to me. So I felt like it was dope. So I told him, I said, I'm going to give you to the end of the month to get into the studio. If you don't get into the studio by the end of the month, do not reach out to me. And he's like, I bet. So we're going to see what he does. But it sounded okay from, I mean, if you can, the echo in the bathroom. Like, but, it sounded okay. So I'm going to give boy a shot. But like I said, it's just, a lot of people here don't take themselves serious. Like, you have to take yourself serious. If you don't believe, I say to myself every day, I'm going to be a millionaire. And then once I become a millionaire, I'm going to be a billionaire. And I'm going to make sure that I have what I say is on my goal list to do. I say this every single day to myself. So a lot of people be like, I don't understand how. Yeah, you have to speak it into existence. If you don't speak it into existence, it's not going to happen for you. Because the first thing is it starts with your mind, and then you talk into it, and then you walk into it, and then it actually happens. Right. Like, nobody believed that I said I was going to work for Complex. A lot of people laughed. It was like, you're right. You're from Connecticut. You don't do anything that they have. Within a month of me working at Complex, I was already in a room with Nadeska, Reno, and
I remember that picture.
You know what I'm saying?
Academics.
Like, literally, we're not even gonna.
Yeah. We don't say his
name. But you know what's crazy? He is not who he really is.
We know that, though.
He's not. He's a great dude. So I can honestly speak to that. So like 6 o'clock in the morning, I would actually wake myself up earlier than what I was supposed to be at work. So that means that I'm coming from Connecticut. So at 3 in the morning, I'm catching the train to be up there for 5 a.m. So I can work with that show and write up and learn how that goes and help assist the show, and then start work at 7 and don't get back to Connecticut at like 8, 9 o'clock. At that time, my day is over. My son is asleep or already ate. And so like my life was miserable, but I was doing what I loved. So I didn't care. Right. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand the sacrifice. You have to make the sacrifice. Because I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. If niggas knew what I was doing at Complex, they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? But
you had to pay your dues.
You had to. Yeah. People don't understand that. You know, they want you to have this big name. If you, especially me, I didn't go to school for none of this shit. Yeah. None of this shit. So when people ask me, how did you do it? I was so persistent. At the time when I had my son, I didn't have money. I wanted my son to model because people would come up to me saying that my son is cute. So I said, well, I'm going to make some money from it. Y'all keep telling me my son is cute. So what I did was I paid. I had one check. That was my last check. It was like $150. I had paid this photographer to take pictures of my son. My son was like 3 months. And they took the way, I looked on the internet on Google and I said, how do you take modeling pictures to submit? And they showed me front, back, side, no hat, no glasses, whatever. I printed the paper out.
Comp card.
Yeah, I printed the paper out, gave it to the photographer. I'm like, this is how I need to take my son pictures. So she said, all right. She took the pictures, got them back to me. I went on Google again, and I looked at the top modeling agencies in New York. Wilhelmina came up. I think New York Faces at the time, Tom Ford. Like, so I printed the information out how to submit, and I submitted his photos, not thinking that anything of it. Wilhelmina, the top modeling agency, contacted me and said, we want him to come up for an initial photo shoot with us to see if he will be selected for a contract. So I'm like, all right. But I'm thinking it's going to be like a one-on-one thing. I get up there, it's like 50 parents. What? Yep. It's like 50 to 100 parents in there. So I'm like, my son is not against, like, it's kids in there with curly freaking blonde hair with blue big eyes. Like, you know, it's a plethora of kids. My son goes in there to take your kid. They go in there for like 10 minutes. They bring the kid out. So I'm like, damn, I just drove up here with no damn near. I don't even know how I'm getting back because of gas in my car. So I ended up meeting my aunt out there. She gave me some gas money. I come back. they sent me an email the next week on that Tuesday and said that your son been selected for a contract. So my son was feeding my household at 3 months and I wasn't working. Like, I was not working. He was featured in Kohl's, Gap, Macy's. Like, he literally was modeling. And I thank him every day because it kept me afloat, like, until I got a job. So I tell people it's what you really want in life. It's no excuses.
Listen, God is the MVP on your team.
Dead serious, man.
Absolutely.
I give him the praise every time. Like, I ain't perfect. So I might say some wild shit and I'll be like, yo, God is the greatest. And they be like, oh, man, like, what a sinner. Yes. But, you know, I really do believe, like, tapping into who you are is the most important thing.
How does shout out to the gang come along?
I'm a gang member, man. In my head. In my head, I feel like I am gang. You got to see me in my car. Like, I don't know. You follow me on social media, so I'll post videos of, like, the hardest records in my car. You would think that I done shot at some straps at people. you would think all types of stuff. But I feel like independent artists is a gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they haven't signed yet or they don't want to. They are who they are. Like, it's not he signed to this label, but they're independent. You know them as independent artists. So that's my gang. That's who I fuck with. That's who I rep. So that's how I came up with Shout Out to the Gang. The name though came from a toxic lover of mine that I was dealing with. He will always say that, like, as something with his peoples. Like, he was like, oh, shout out to the gang. Like,
your girl's back there in the engineer room cracking.
she know who it is. She know who it is. And, like, I took it and I ran with it. And he recently contacted me. He was like, yo, so you never gonna, like, tell him, like, how you came across the name? I'm like, I'm not gonna say your name, but I'll tell him the truth. Like, I won't take all the juice, but he was the one that used to say it all the time, and I just took it and I ran with it and I came up with the Shout Out to the Gang because it's really something that there's people who I fuck with that's independent artists. Mm-hmm. So I actually just recently, hands is crossed, I just reached out to Pooh Shiesty's team about Shout Out to the Gang and them doing it with him. Yeah. And she thinks it's a dope idea. So we're just waiting for them to give me a date to go out there because I wanted to open it. I wanted to open up the cracking doors because I actually pushed it out to independent artists out here to pay $500 for the segment. And these niggas like, I can't get it for $200. That's a straight production. Like, that's straight production. Like, you know, it's 4 segments in one. You can dub them up to however you would like.
Right.
And then the fact that I'm now pushing it to be on a web series, like TV series, it's just like, why would you not step on this? But I know for a fact when Pooh Shiesty does it, I'm probably gonna, because I'm not gonna come off the price, like, at all. Because that's a lot of work. That with a lot of production, it's a lot of work.
Let's think about it. You offering it to the Connecticut artist for $500, right? Mm-hmm. These niggas be in the streets talking about, oh yeah, I'm getting all this type of money. What the fuck is $500?
Yo,
$500 is $1 to me.
Fam.
That's why I think they're the dopest liars on the planet, man. Like, the way that they talk about money, that's why I said I inquired, I want to be a Jay-Z, to be on to talk about it, how you talk about it, actually have it. These artists be on the track, and I'm like, yo, they talking. And then they'll meet with me, and they're like, I'll tell you the price of the content or whatever.
And they be like,
$500. No, that's cool.
What was my rant this week? Me and D-Dub shooting videos for people for free.
For free. Shooting videos for free. And motherfuckers is not feeling it.
What?
After all the hours of work we both put in, they just, I don't.
Yo. See, stuff like that. And that's why I have to have tougher skin than a lot of people, because a lot of independent artists have pissed me off throughout the years. Yeah. Like, literally pissed me off, because it's just like,
Say some names.
Let's be toxic right now.
He's like, kick the teapot over. He was
Talk your shit.
He said, kick the teapot over.
All right.
Like, it's an artist right now that has asked me. I already did one free. No, this you're hilarious. This music is hilarious. He already got one. The press kit from me.
Yeah.
His people's reached out to me, asked me, can I do a press kit?
Right.
I'm like, absolutely. Did it for free of charge. No, because I'm a fan of his music.
Yeah.
He hit me again recently. Mm-hmm. Yo, why? Could you, I'm saying I need the updated version, because now we're going to more labels. the more people are inquiring. So I said to him, all right, when I got the time, I'm gonna be able to do it. Right now, I got so many eyes on me, and I'm doing so much stuff. Every time I go to sit down to try to do something that I say I'm gonna do free of charge to somebody, it's always something else. Like I got something right now, studio that I have brewing, where I'm actually going in the studio with artists that's already creating. You gotta already have a studio session already in there. And my crazy ass goes into a studio last night. This is about to be about the artist. He asked me to get on a record. So I'm like, and I'm just crazy like that. I will do it. So I got on the record, and not rap though. I just I'm a motivational motherfucking speaker. So I got up there on the intro and the out and I guess in the bridge part, and it actually came out really dope. So that's gonna be the first episode of Studio Stew. So now a lot of people out in New York, independent artists, they fuck with me. They're paying. They shouting me out. They share my shit. So it's like out there is where I'm gonna end up being more so, but it's artists here in Connecticut that I will never stop doing work for. But it's like I have to go where the money is because that's where it's gonna keep me. So if it's more than enough.
Is that the same studio you was telling me about the other day?
Yes, yo.
Where's that?
You talking about the studio I was at?
Yeah.
That's Why I Lie. Shout out to Why I Lie. It's a dope dude. It's in Hartford. That one's in Hartford.
Okay.
I'm talking about they have, if y'all ever wanted to, not saying that this place is not dope, but if y'all want to do a special appearance or something like that, the studio, he has about, I want to say 10 rooms maybe. He got an all pink room. He got all red room. He got a straight green screen. Straight green.
Oh, yeah, Moco. Yeah,
screen. No, this is nothing like them. This is not, and I fuck with them, but this is nothing like them.
Okay.
They got content. They have areas in there. They have a full kitchen if you wanted to do like a show, like with food or whatever. They got a whole bar. They got a barbershop in there. Like, and then you can pull in cars inside of there. Like straight car. If you want to do a photo shoot with a car, like, I'm talking about, he was talking to me about getting what was the name of that car? Rolls Royce in here for somebody's video. The lights and fixtures that they have. I mean, he has everything. This is my home.
Yeah.
So like, I'm really excited about working out of there. So that's why I said, like, for me, it's all the content that I'm going to be filming within the next 2 weeks.
We got to come check you out up there someday.
Yo, you gotta come.
Shit fire.
You gotta come. I can see y'all behind the bar doing this podcast.
Exactly.
Like, real talk.
I do like drinks.
You see, I said, y'all sipping, that'd be perfect for y'all. This is perfect. So yeah, I definitely am blessed to come across that. He works with me. I found out he's also an artist. And he's more trap Latino, and didn't know that he started that whole movement out where he's from. So this is more content for me to dub up and create. So like, it's a need for me, and he has something that I need. So it's like a one hand wash the other. So it's just a blessing that we were both to connect with each other. Shout out to Chris Furry because he's the one who plugged me with the studio. So
besides that, what's next?
What's next is fame, man. Now, what's next for real right now is TV. I'm getting my content ready for TV because I feel like there's a lot of reality TV on TV that's not real reality.
Right.
Mine is more lifestyle, more musical. There's not that much music anymore on, like, it's no music videos, shows. It's really nothing. It's nothing solid anymore. They took away the TRL was recently up there. There's no TRL right now. Even BET, like, they got BET Jams.
Right, nobody shows
but
music
it's like
videos.
nobody really.
Well, that's why I appreciated Jones Jams.
Yeah, I mean, and it's coming back. It's coming back, but the production for Jones Jams has to be airtight.
A1, yeah.
And a lot of people, shout out to Chase, because Chase made it exactly when the pandemic hit. I said, I want to do this on Instagram, like an Instagram countdown. And I want to make it to where it's Instagram. I start to say their name so much that they'll probably pick it up for me. So that's where, if it comes back anytime soon, it will be an Instagram Jones Jams music countdown.
IGTV.
Yep, IGTV. Nice. Because right now the space for a lot of people don't want to do it. Because I had an opportunity recently to do Jones Jams on a new show, That Life, that it airs every Saturday at 11.
Okay.
With DJ Reg. I overpower a lot of stuff. My voice overpowers a lot of people, and a lot of people don't want to work with me because they're scared that their shine won't shine. And what it is they actually took my Jones Jams idea and have Reg. Yeah, they have Reg up there saying that these are hot videos of the week. And
Trash.
It's like 3 videos that they play.
Reg's good for that.
And it's crazy though because
damn,
right? He just
gonna call him out.
he just went out. Like he just went out there.
He said, "I'm jumping out the window. Fuck you."
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I'm not. I know me. I walk by faith, not by sight. And my whole thing is like, I know what I produce and what if people recognize it, they see it. People also know that I filmed for that show.
Right.
When it got back to me, I know the quality of my show.
Right.
That quality wasn't right to me. And shout out to my dude that gave me the opportunity, but I declined because it's like, that's not me. That's not the quality of it. You're telling me that I can't have certain artists up there that says certain things because you have people that with the hand in it that has the money that wouldn't respect the culture. So it's like I don't want to put myself in that because it was turning into something that wasn't Jones.
It wasn't yours anymore.
Nope. So I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it on my terms, how I like it. So again, it's more power to them and what they're doing. It's still not Jones Jams. It'll never be Jones Jams. I respect everything that they do in that whole space, but I'm different. I know I'm different, and they know I'm different. So
right.
like I'm not worried about that. But what's next is like just TV, more content, more because right now I have the headphone brand,
right? So
I'm relaunching, but it's more the DJ because I'm gonna give you guys some headphones because I see that y'all use them for the show. But
we did pull up on you for the Bluetooth earbuds before.
Yeah, so that's what I said. What these will be the DJ producer editions.
Okay.
So we revamped the whole design and we put a lot of push into this. So I'm actually doing miniature commercials that has to do with music. Like it's gonna be dope. So I cannot wait. I have artists and models that will be modeling and doing the branding for it. So I'm excited about releasing that because there are a lot of people in New York that I'm getting my content to alongside the headphones, because what will happen on the headphones is the QR code. So you'll be able to QR code it and go to my website and then see everything that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So because I'm on this podcast, this link will also be on it for a QR code. So I'm like really excited. So I really do, guys. I really seriously love that you're doing what you're doing because it's black men, black podcast getting right. So I definitely
appreciate you. This is why we wanted you to have be the first guest of Women's History Month.
Shout out to the women.
Yeah, we having nothing but women for this month.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so that's.
I'm locking in.
So you're the first.
I'm locking in. Numero una.
Yeah,
I'm locking in because that's gonna be dope. Because I don't know that many women in Connecticut that does a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know I really deal with this is a man dominating field.
Yeah.
So it's like I deal with a lot of men. So I'm definitely gonna lock in. When do y'all drop this? Every other Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday.
So okay.
We do the podcast bi-weekly, and then we drop it every other Tuesday.
Got it.
We'll have the audio drop this Tuesday, and then we drop the video the following Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is video?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a camera.
Hey, shout out to the game.
That's why we had to go get shape ups this morning. I'm getting my shape up.
Okay.
I'm getting my shape up. I'm like, yo, we about to be on camera, nigga. I'm about to get fly.
That's what
I'm like, yo, Prince wanted to get his hair done. He's like, oh, I can get him in right now. I said, bet. Called him up. Like, yo.
I was in bed. This nigga was like, yo. She said she could get you in for the shape up. I was like, all right, I'm on my way.
That's it, right? Right out of bed. Put my swag on.
Word.
Yeah, I didn't know this was video, but this is dope. Okay, all right. Shout out to the gang.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
It's not what you can live with, it's what you can't live without. And that's music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
That's kind of like mine. Be good, but if you ain't gonna be good at it.
There you go. Okay. I might have to use that one too. I might have to use that one.
All right.
Now check out my website, inyjones.com. If you like a shop, hit that shop button.
Word.
And get right.
What's the socials?
My socials is inyjones everywhere.
I just followed her on both
Everywhere.
Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that follow, but I believe in following back. I am not on that bougie shit.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So that's why
Some niggas got me on subscribe on Snap. I'm like,
Yo,
nigga,
I let niggas know. Like,
I'm like,
listen,
if you
son,
don't follow me,
if you don't
back,
follow me
nigga,
back, bro, I'm not subscribing to shit. All right,
Yeah,
I'm tired of seeing your little toddler do the fucking floss and shit. I'm over it. You better follow me back, motherfucker.
I'm Connecticut, so if there's somebody out here that's dope doing something, I follow back.
Facts.
There's some people from outside of CT.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no. I don't know what you do.
You the home team, and that's how it should be.
Yeah,
that's how it should be.
I hit the follow button.
We network sideways instead of up.
Yeah, and I don't get that. I really don't get that. I mean, it's really bad here though.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was bad. I mean, the city, they support each other, but fake do it. They'll like if they don't like you, they don't have to like you. But if you are a service to me, they gonna fuck with you because they about that money.
Yeah.
They don't care. Connecticut, it's a whole bunch of she said this 2 years ago or yo.
See, we try to show love. We try to show love.
Yeah, I show love regardless. It don't matter because I remember talking to an artist from Jersey. He had moved out here, and we were talking about like the support in Connecticut. He was like, "Yo, it's very cliquey out here."
Yo, that's the best word for it.
He was like, "It's what I've noticed about y'all. Like, it's very
I call
cliquey."
it crabs in a barrel.
And I'm like, "Well, yeah,
I mean, it's all the same.
It's all the same thing, you know." But it's like, and I was like, "Yeah, it really is." But for me, I show love regardless. If you're doing your thing, and
you do. That's how LA is.
Like, it is what it is.
They shack up in houses and one mansion together and make music or sleep on couches. And
I used to live in Atlanta. It's the same thing down there.
It's just like out here, it's
no unity.
None.
No
but
unity.
But let an artist that signed come out here and they Fab, Max B when he was coming out here a lot.
Even Young M.A. when she came out here.
But one thing I like about M.A.
She did shout us out.
She shot us out several times because Connecticut is one of them states. You come here,
we will break you.
We will break the shit out you. Okay.
We don't break a shit out of a New York artist though. We don't break our own.
There was another artist that recently said that on a interview. I don't know what his name was, but he was like, "Yo, Connecticut." He's like,
I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember the name.
And he was like, "Yo, I went out to." He goes, "Shout out to Connecticut." I came out there, and they like, "Yo, he was from New York," but he was like, "Yo, they show so much love," and I'm like, "Y'all niggas."
All you gotta be is not from Connecticut.
Hot 93.7 or something like that.
All you gotta do is not be from Connecticut.
That's it. That's all you gotta be. Just wear a shirt when you performing, not from Connecticut, and watch what happen. I told the artist that the other day, just get a shirt that say you're not from CT. And when you perform, or when you say, I'm telling you now, they'll listen more, they'll pro more to listen to you if you're not. Like, I'm telling you, they brought so many artists out here that Fab is one of the he can come here and say he's performing and will stand on stage, still get his back and front end, and leave. Don't shake no hands or nothing. That's another thing. When I bust open the doors, I want people to start setting up things. So when artists come here, they got to go to this show to do a podcast. They got to go to that over there to do a photo shoot. They got to go over that bar to do a lounge area. Because back in the day, artists would come
They
here.
had to do that.
They had
back
to.
in the day.
They got
like you couldn't come through town if you wasn't seeing these people.
My mom was telling me, well, my father's people was telling me, the Alley Cat was known for artists coming and dropping by. They have pictures. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even, what's the dude, that Dapper Dan? He used to be out here. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's people, big names.
Everybody used to be out
literally,
here.
But Connecticut has gotten so bougie acting and so cliquey, like you said. It's like artists know that it ain't really not. Because Big Mike, I love him to death. He's another one. He will come out and bring artists out, and he knows this what goes on out here in Connecticut. And my thing is, when you got somebody like that in place, you are the person to make these things happen. So if a person comes to you and say, "Yo, Mike, this artist coming here, we could do this, and the third for them there." It's not for you to be like, "Yo, I'm gonna check with the team and figure out if they would."
But didn't he have something like I don't know how long he's been having it going on, but he has something where I think Dave East was somewhere, and it was a bunch of people from Connecticut in a room, and they was spitting for him.
Ironically, I think that was in the last year, because I remember I was in a, I was
But you gotta think about how bad that is, though, because Dave East doesn't have the leverage
Waterbury, they had
as
him
he
out.
has
Waterbury,
when he was, right? Then on top of that, if I'm an artist and I say, I'm coming out there and I set it up. I'm the voice and I set it up for you. You're an artist. And Dave East is coming to my studio to do this track. I paid you for it. You don't promote it. You don't put it on your TL. No, nothing. So I paid you to do what? Take pictures? Because that's what goes on. These artists here are so, what you say, they take a picture and it's like, oh, you arrived. You didn't arrive. You didn't do shit. You gotta put in the work.
You got a picture with the beat.
That's so you okay with likes now? Like, is that what we conforming to?
And this is what
we can't do that. You gotta start. You have to hold these people accountable.
You're absolutely right.
And the wild shit is, like, the only reason I knew Dave East was in town doing that is because I just happened to be in the same hotel that he stayed in that day. Like, because I'm a photographer outside of this. So like I showed up to the hotel to do a photo shoot on this specific day that he just happened to be at the hotel. They put him in the hotel in Shelton. He was in he did an event out on Waterbury, but they put him up in Shelton. Mm-hmm. And as I'm walking in, he's walking out, and I'm like, "What the fuck is Dave East doing here?"
Yep. Yeah. And as I said, a lot of artists that are not at that plateau no more in their career, they'll come out to Connecticut with artists or hit them in a DM. Like I've heard talks about Jadakiss jumping in DMs, saying, I got this mixtape going on.
Yes,
you should pay $500 or
he's done that.
To do
he did that to Urban Nerd.
Word?
Yes.
And I'm just like, bro, we respect you like highly. You know what I mean? Out here, don't do that to artists out here. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not really gonna promote it and you're not really gonna do what you need to do for these artists, it's just best to like let it go. Like let it live. Because my whole thing is these artists get very hopeful and they'll go borrow. Like for Jadakiss is that nigga. Like if you came up like on that type of rap, or you even became a fan of rap and you did your history, Jadakiss is that nigga. So for you to go scrape up what he's asking and then you don't hear about the record, you don't hear about this mixtape that you're supposed to be on, no nothing, no promotion, no nothing.
You paid
it's a smack in the face.
But do you think that maybe he ain't feeling it, or
I paid you, bro?
I don't care if you feel it or not. I gave you $500.
I paid you. You know what I'm saying? I gave you a band. I gave you like I came across, and it's just they're saying, because I guess people have been talking about it because they were like, what's going on with this? Because a lot of people have been getting it. And they're saying that it's their team specifically using their social medias to do it. And if the artist pays, the artist pay. The artists are saying that they're not behind this scam. But again, it's not okay.
That's a lot of that happening. Ever since COVID.
It's too much of it. And it's like, you can't, I care about independent artists too much. I don't care who you are. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to let nobody scam an artist that I know for a fact believes in himself that much, that I know, especially if he's scraping up the money to do so. So no, and I love Big Mike to death. I really do. He's one of the I started promoting with him, and before I was even supposed to be in clubs. So like he's a very hard worker, but he's about that bread. Yeah. So you know what I mean. If it's an opportunity, it's an opportunity for him.
If we can, we have to have you come back for a panel.
Absolutely.
He has to come back for one of the
panels.
I'm down.
Yeah,
so
I'll figure out something. About that. I actually have an idea for another panel, but I ran across an old post I found about A&Rs.
Panels, what we do is it's like we have him curated every 10 episodes, and it's like we'll get a group of collected people and we talk about a topic. And it's like, like a roundtable discussion.
Don't worry about it. I'm for it. Because I'm as raw as it gets.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
We see that.
Yeah. I'm all for independent, man. I feel like when you on that grind, that's like my favorite song is Nicki Minaj, Moment for Life, and J. Cole, Dollar in the Dream. Like those are my two
I miss those concerts.
Records that I'm telling you, like they put me in perspective every time. It's like when you get that moment in life, you gotta go for it. It's surreal. You feel like, damn, like, is this happening? I'll never forget when Nicki Minaj told Young M.A. when that song came out and she was booking show after show out. Right. And Nicki Minaj told her, you take this moment in because this is something that you'll never see again. Like the feeling that you get when you're on stage and they're singing your record back to back and they showing you so much love and it's genuine. You're never gonna get this again. Soak it up. You know what I mean? So I soak up every opportunity, and when I get that love or when I get that extra shine or when I get the opportunity, I take it and I live in it. And with Dollar in a Dream, like I remember them nights. I remember them shit. Like you have to remember where you came from in order to get to where you gotta go. So like I said, those are my two records. Those are my two records, man.
All right. And that's it. We're gonna get to this last segment. Cool. So our last segment of the podcast, we call it Last Call. Where we play music that we feel